I can't wait to press the button. Oh, can't press it for them because they already gone, baby. Ooh, didn't we get lucky? And we're all filled. See how
You wanna know what I
easy it
hate?
is? Anime?
I hate anime.
Well, welcome to the call, where anime is the thing we like least of all.
I did a recent poll with just myself, and 1 out of 1 maxes agree that anime is shit.
Well, I mean, you've come to the right place. I mean, there's so many animes that are shit that it's hard to even list them. Because it's all of them. There's this odd
there's
low-pitched
only
noise coming from your
coming
mic.
from me.
Yeah. Sounds like there's something teeter-tottering. Like boop, 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 boop. It might be from the game too, I don't know. Hard to tell. I've been playing this game so long, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Well, that's that, I guess.
I'm not too sure what's causing that.
Could be the sound effects in the game for the footsteps. No, it's definitely from you. It's probably from you moving something or breathing, I don't know. Microphones are weird.
I promise I'm not doing it. Hold on, let me check my iPhone.
Oh, yeah, let's just turn on the distortion.
But it might have fixed it. We don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what the bumping is. That's weird. I'm trying to like refresh my mic.
Even
and
when you
everything.
stop talking, the thing is on. Your microphone is micing out, yo. There's definitely sound coming through your shit.
Okay.
At first, I thought it was the sound effects of the feet.
Doing it again. What the fuck? Why is it doing that? It's so weird.
It's a little bumping noise. I don't know.
Well, that's that, I guess.
Is there like a dog bumping its tail on your desk or something?
Did it stop?
Yeah. Did you do something?
Okay, I know what it is.
Is it your foot? Are you having the twitchy leg?
It's my foot. I had my twitchy leg.
There you have it, friends. The mystery's been solved. I do the same thing. Just doesn't make as much noise. Yeah, he's just twitching that leg out.
Before my leg did the twitching, I was just gonna say, there's really only one anime that ever got made, and then every anime is just that same one again. So they change the protagonist's hair, and then flip around a couple of those Chex Mix letters, make a new character's name, and that's it. New anime.
Congratulations, you've written all anime.
Tell me if you heard this one before. Protagonist doesn't think that he can do the thing, but his friends believe in him, and then he can do the thing, and then he beats the bad guys. Ever see that one?
What about the one where the protagonist doesn't believe that he could do the thing, and the antagonist is like, you can't do the thing, but then in the middle of when they're gonna do the thing, he does the thing, and then it's done. Or what about the one where the protagonist he wants to do the thing, but he can't do the thing? Because in order to do the thing, he's got to collect all the little things, and then when he has all the little things, he'll get them, and he can do the thing. And that never happens in anime.
What about the one where the protagonist doesn't want to do the thing, and everyone yells at him to do the thing multiple times, and he consistently fails at doing the one thing he's supposed to do, and then he becomes God, and then he breaks everything, and then kills off everybody, and then he chokes out his friend. Let me know if you've seen this one before.
Well, remember that one where That giant fighting robots. But then they weren't robots.
Oh yeah, now I do. Now that you changed that little tidbit up.
Remember the giant fighting robots that had swords?
You talk, I'm still listening.
Well, that's that, I guess.
Book, book, book. I don't know what that was, but there's something. Was someone yelling? I clearly heard yelling.
Yeah, there was somebody popped off.
Popping off. It's just like squawk, squawk, squawk. It's great.
I'm trying to get your stream to load, but it only loads like 1 frame.
Awesome. That is not what my viewers are seeing.
Alright, there we go. Hey, protagonist leveled up. What's this guy's name?
So Seo.
Yeah, alright, his name's protagonist. Here's a question. Does he ever get cold? Because his whole midriff is just left out in the open. I imagine he gets a little chilly.
You think this is bad? You should see Legaia 2. You really should. The guy wears a jacket, but the front is open and it doesn't fit him. So he might as well not wear a jacket. It's like Fist of the North Star levels of just inappropriate. Why would you even wear this jacket at all? It isn't even fashionable. It's bright red.
Oh, tell me if you heard this one before. Really, really big muscular man gets revenge on other really, really big muscular man for doing something mean to his girlfriend.
How about this one? Protagonist is a piece of shit, and he treats everyone else like shit, but everybody loves him. He even kills somebody. But they love him.
Man, this is just a video game. It's not even an anime.
But it's
Like
a
saying
video
World
game
of
that,
Warcraft's an anime.
this is a... I just can't get over that we're playing as someone who murders somebody. And like when
He
it
murders
happens...
their in-game avatars.
No, no.
It's not like a real
He doesn't
person.
murder their in-game avatar. He puts them into a coma in real life and kills them.
Oh, man, that's
Because
not
of what
very
he
nice.
does. And he did it on purpose. It wasn't a
Why did
mistake.
Has that happened already in your
Not yet.
playthrough? Or?
It will in my playthrough today, probably. I don't
Man,
have to
how
go
long
to
have
work.
you been going for?
7.5 hours.
Jeez. All right, I mean, that's some dedication right there to hating anime.
I hate a lot of animes. I'm not stopping until anime stops.
All right, stop me if you heard this one now. Big muscular man has his entire army destroyed and his girlfriend raped and murdered by a really skinny bitch-ass blonde kid that summons hell demons. And then big muscular protagonist man goes on a boat for 10 real world years. And he's still on the boat.
And they'll
And he's never
get
getting
off
off
the
the boat. He's on the boat for the rest of his life. This does not look like a fun section.
Of the
They
game?
kick the bombs with the steam.
Those are not bombs.
They look like bombs. They're chims. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
Bob-bombs.
Yeah, well, bomb
Fucking
'em.
Nintendo nerd.
What the hell weapon do you even have? It's like the letter W on your ass, and you just
They're
are those
twin
knives?
blades. They're twin blades.
Oh, you're one of those.
I am an adept rogue. Not a twin blade. I used the twin blades weapon at the beginning of the game, but I'm an adept rogue, which means that I can use multiple people's weapons. Namely, the long sword, the twin blades, the scythe, and another one. Oh, it was
So
a trap.
you can build.
I've
Can
been
you
waiting for you for
can you
quite
build
a
the
while
protagonist
now.
to be like super tanky, like?
It's you guys again.
What?
I wish
Is
I
it
could
like,
say it's all
is
because
it
of
like,
my
can you
love.
just build the protagonist any way you
This
want,
time
or
is
is he
strictly
kind of stuck to like a rogue?
Business.
Well, you're an
So-
adept rogue. There's no
Looks like you
stats,
went
if that's what you
pissed off
mean.
some more in
You're
the
just the
wrong
most
place.
powerful character in the game.
It's a
You have the best
foolish
stats in the
move to
game, and
challenge
everybody
the
else sucks,
idea.
and you get to drag two people along sometimes with you, but you don't really have to.
I'm not
But
the
you
only one
can.
who's dying to get a piece of you.
But you don't have to. Man,
Now,
fuck you,
These-
Dark
I did
Soul.
not have to set you up.
You never played
I
a game
like
for 7
how
hours.
these are.
Paid to kill the poor misguided
This is like
terror of
PlayStation 1 level
So
of cutscene,
perfect.
where
It's
the
almost
character model
scary.
just kind of stands there
You mean
and
Look
slightly
at that camera.
moves so you know that they're still alive.
Now watch the
Yeah,
camera
this is
jump.
also-
Watch the jump. Here it comes. It's gonna happen.
Hold it right
And
there, PK.
here it is. It's so perfect. It's almost gonna end. You ready?
This is
Meow.
like, these are like MMO cutscenes too.
Yeah.
Like, they really nailed
Oh
that
my.
feel of this is a
Tell me,
shitty free-to-play
What would one of the
MMO.
top Moontree members be doing in a place like this?
This is an anime game. Of course, it's
I've
a low
come to talk
quality.
about proper
I've
online
come to
etiquette.
talk about etiquette because I'm a pompous asshole, and I don't think people should hit each other with swords. In a game with PvP in it, because that makes sense to me. You're welcome.
That will
Man,
only cause more
fuck
problems for you.
the why would you name your clan the Moon Tree
From attacking other
clan?
players.
Moon Tree
However,
member?
defense against unjust violence is another story.
This
Defense.
guy, is this guy like a white knight? Is that what he is? He's like, man, don't insult people and play by the rules.
try and kill me?
And don't forget about the
Don't
other
be
guy.
hasty, Matsu.
I know, Sakaki. There's no need to worry.
Also, the guy's
I'm
name
not
is
gonna attack
Sakakhead.
first.
I mean, Sakaki.
I believe that you are a
I
part of
believe
Kestrel, are you not?
that you're in
I have heard
Kestrel.
that the guildmaster of Kestrel, Gabi, is a tolerant man. But
Okay, now let me know if you
doesn't
heard
endorse
this
player
one
kills,
before.
does he?
Female
If he finds
protagonist
out that
moves
you
to a
unjustly
new
tried to PK
town
members of Moontree,
and doesn't have any friends, and then befriends an
You have no
awkward
choice
character, but
but
makes
to
enemies with one of the
disciplinary
other most
measures.
powerful girls in the town, and then has to fight wearing skimpy outfits.
Or are you
How about this
particularly
bad boy?
special
How about
to
this
Master
super
Gabi?
rare anime trope that never happens? Girl is Magic Girl.
Fine.
You ever seen that one?
I am happy to see that
I've
you
never
understand
seen
me
that
so quickly.
Was it like Powerpuff Girls or some shit?
No, she's just magic. Sometimes she transforms, but most of the time she's
Is a
just
friend of
magic.
Atali one of us? May I ask you to refrain from trying to PK him as well? I haven't heard a reply.
I don't know who that crazy looking statue dude in the background is, but
I won't
Crazy looking statue dude is the god of law.
oh man, it'd be a lot better if he was involved in this cutscene somehow, because these characters are not.
Hey, you
carrying
guys
it
are
very well.
assholes.
That
Somebody
makes
let
sense.
me out of here.
Arena battles are conducted with both participants' consent.
Do you hear that, Haseo? You had better be ready when you come to the arena.
Man, that guy that can't stand up straight really needs to fucking fix himself.
You
There's something wrong with him.
After all, they are not so stupid as to risk their own position.
It's probably not good for your virtual posture,
Got the
just
whole
to
hero
kind of.
justice thing down.
Slump over and look like you're gonna fall.
We only did what any other online game player would have done for another player in need.
Of course, it wouldn't change anything if everyone's name was Loser. Oh, here's Loser talking to Loser while the other loser's looking at
The
him,
timing down.
talking about some fucking shit.
The reason why we made it
This
here
isn't even important, to be
is
honest.
Atali received advanced warning.
Advance warning.
I am no hero of
Little boy
justice.
from the shop told me.
That little boy from the shop, he told me his sister was a fucking twat. She was like, hey, yo.
Excuse me, yes?
I like that they have, like, here we go, fully animated right here.
You're
Whoa.
friends with Haseo, aren't you?
This is
I
just
want to know
so,
what's going on with that treasure chest over there.
I don't know, but I'm gonna open it up one day.
Yes, I am Haseo's friend. Then please.
Oh,
You
man,
know why
their
they have
mouths
this
move
big
and
bright
everything.
light over everything so that the fucking textures are a little bit harder to see how bad they are. But you still see how bad they are. So then,
What console is this on? PS2?
This was on the PS2.
Was in fact
How are you running this so well on stream?
Saku?
What?
Yes.
How are you like?
He said that his sister is sleeping.
Do you
with
have a
her,
capture
so
card?
No. This is
How
on
are you
PC,
running
baby.
this so
I didn't want to do
well.
anything by myself,
What the
so I
fuck? You
passed
gotta
the
send me your settings. I don't know
No.
how the hell you're doing this.
You have to have
Give
the
me your
disc.
secrets.
See, I have the disc.
So
Now, if you have the
You know when
disc,
I played-
say that I needed you to
you have to, you can either use the disc itself, which is what I'm doing. It makes it the most stable. Or you can break the law and burn the ISO off of the disc and then keep it separate so you can run it without using the disc.
The very least you can do.
No, I
is
play
think
from disc all the time, and it never ran this
Okay,
smooth. So I don't know what the hell I was
Thank
doing.
you. Now
You did something
I
wrong.
tried.
What an
I tried
incredibly
setting up
small
MAME again
person.
because I wanted to play Time Crisis
quite
with my
sad.
mouse because I don't actually have any standards,
Well, putting that
and I
aside,
still can't set up fucking
it would seem
MAME.
that a lot
I
has
can't
been
do
Did
done
you-
it. It's impossible.
Haseo.
What's the program that you
If you're
use to
having
play the
trouble with
PS2
my help with,
games?
Feel free to rely on any one of us at any time.
PCSX2.
No thanks. I'd feel like
Something
I was
like that.
brainwashed for
Wow, that's the same one I'm using.
You bastard.
I don't know, man.
I don't
Maybe
know
this
why.
game's just
How
super
dare you
easy
talk
to run.
Sakaki like that?
Try
Well, I mean,
popping
it's-
Kingdom Hearts 2 in this thing, it'll make your computer chug like a fucking bitch.
Haseo,
Maybe
isn't
yours.
Metal Gear Solid
it
3
hard for you to
breaks.
think of everyone you meet in this game as an enemy? I
I
find
got a
that it's
better
much easier
graphics
to
card than
depend
you.
on one
I don't
another.
know what the.
That
And
has
that
nothing to
even
do
work?
with the raw power
Don't you agree?
of my
I'm not
charisma.
interested in you or your
I don't
religion.
think charisma can be used to run games.
Matsu.
Hey, let me know if you heard this one before.
Yes,
Main
sir.
character is super charismatic, but the girl still doesn't care because the girl wants to go with the not charismatic emo kid. But in the end, the guy still doesn't get the girl. He
It's
gets
not
a
like I
side
need you
character,
guys.
but he still beats the bad guy. And the other girl that he wanted to get was like,
But I
"Oh
do
man, you're so
hope
super
you will
cool,
change
but you're
your
not super
mind
cool enough.
before
Sorry,
we meet
buddy. Sorry, Bucko."
How about
And,
this one?
Thank you very much,
The-
Sakaki.
There's an anime, right? And there's a guy, and he's the chosen one, but he doesn't know he's the chosen one. But then he finds out he's the
I'm
chosen
sorry
one,
about all those obnoxious
and he's a
things
complete
I said
asshole
about
about
you.
it.
Fine.
But everybody still loves
I'm
him.
really, really sorry.
All right, let me know if you heard this yarn that I'm about to spin for you.
Well, that was a
Main
total waste of
character
time,
goes
wasn't
through
it?
the story trying to
At this
beat
rate,
the evil
I'm never
guy,
gonna
but
be
it
able
turns
to
out the evil
participate
guy
in
is
the
his
arena.
dad that left him before the
Oh,
beginning
yes, you were
of the
searching for
anime
someone in the
started
forest.
because his dad sucks.
You need just one
But then
more
it turns
person,
out his
right?
dad isn't the real
Yeah.
antagonist. It's some other guy that you didn't even care about. And then the dad comes to terms with him being a shitty dad, and he helps the son
Are
beat the
you
bad
for
guy.
real?
Yes, I am.
But
All
I
right,
thought you
so
hated that whole
here's
winning-losing
one.
thing.
Here's an anime. I'm sure no one's ever seen
I thought
ever.
about it.
So there's a guy named Guts, right? He's got
I
a big
realized
ass
that
sword.
It's not good for me just to force a wound to on you.
This is very
I also
specific.
have to try to protect you,
I already did
as well as
Berserk.
the arena and battles
Get on the
and
boat.
everything else like that.
You get on the boat and you stay on
And he
the
never gets off.
Is it really
13 years. You just stay on a
Know what the
boat,
taste of victory
and
is
maybe
like
they're
for once in my
going
life?
somewhere. I can't actually tell
I'm
you.
gonna fight the demon with my big
Man,
butt.
No, I think it's
Man,
great
this
that you
main
want that.
character, Haseo, his hips are
All
way
right
out of
then.
control.
I'll
Well,
let
he's
you
got
taste
armor
it.
on his
You'll
hips, and his
experience
hips
the
are out
joy
of
of
control.
victory.
You should see the little girl thing that warned that lady over there with in the Atoli. What?
That doesn't. I'm trying to. I guess that kind of looks like armor, but still, his hips
Yeah.
are really fucking big. He's got like childbirthing hips.
He's ready to fuck dicks.
Oh, thank God, Atoli is now a party member.
You have a
Very
new
awesome.
mail. Have a wizard bracelet. No, I ain't giving up on this wizard bracelet. I'm giving up on that rough shell, bitch. And that wizard bracelet. You get the fuck out of here using the big fancy thing. All we do is jerk off to our own DPS and shit. The death. It's the name of a spell. Oh, he's not going to talk to me and tell me what he wants me to do? Thanks, game. What do you want me to do? Sakura's Bordeaux. Bordeaux, check your email. Okay. Better log out. And you log out of the game, right? And you head down here. And then you're in your computer with the big alien. Hope you don't get scared by the big alien. He's a little spooky.
I'm probably gonna get scared. Alright, speaking of spooky, let me know if you ever heard of this one. Main character gets into a crazy accident, and then he gets a spooky ghost friend, and then his spooky ghost friend helps him like solve crimes and shit, but he can't tell anybody
There's
about his
spooky
spooky
in?
ghost friend.
Right after I get out of the email, you can see Spooky in. Press the email goes together and it's Spooky.
Oh god, it's Outlook. Very scary, very spooky.
Spooky alien.
Alright, let me know if you heard this one before. A bunch of stupid ass kids go into a computer, they play video games against the bad guy, and then one of the video games comes to real life, and the stupid kid who can't go into the video games on the computer, he falls in love with the computer program that comes into the real... Oh, I'm sorry, that's Code Lyoko, that's not an anime. I'm sorry, that's just a bad show.
This is the
I'm
shit
sorry.
show. But the voices are so bad. There's nothing worse. Like, do you think the writing's bad? You should hear the fucking voices. And then they
Yeah,
have
when
the
are we
nerve to have the guy who was the worst voice. They put two of them on screen and they have a fucking argument.
You look happy.
God. That's the next big viewing party. It's a Code Lyoko marathon.
God, we have to have Phil for it or I'm not doing it.
Hey, congratulations!
I refuse to watch that show without Phil there.
Glad to join you in the arena. Me, Haseo, and Atali.
This female Yosuke
Let's
in
form
here.
a
what
party
the
with the
fuck?
three of us and head
You like the
to
fat guy?
arena counter.
His favorite
He's
thing is
pretty
naps.
He's pretty good.
Big fan of
You want
naps.
something, Haseo?
You want something?
Let me know if you heard this one before. Generic anime protagonist is hungry all the time, and sometimes his hunger gets him into shenanigans, but also sometimes it helps him defeat the enemy. Sensei's always like, man, I gotta pay for all these noodles you keep eating. All these Maruchan chicken flavored noodles. Individually
hamburger flavored
95 yen. All these donut flavored fucking noodles.
Ah! God! Fuck!
Here we go. Let me know if you heard this one before. Anime protagonist yells and screams for 3 seasons straight and then finally punches the enemy and wins. And
how's this
dubbed by,
anime for you?
It's dubbed by Big Green too.
I'm at the fucking... Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not at the fucking dome, am I?
You can ride a bike. Why are you running everywhere?
Because I don't have to ride very far. The bike is there for when you go long distances, which is completely unnecessary because in this world, you've got warp portals. Because fuck me. I thought Atoli was in my goddamn party. Thank you for the party invitation. Thanks for the party invitation. You're welcome, Grandpa. Go to the bookmarks. What's that? You want to go to levels? Well, you better read all these forum posts. They have the levels in them. Let's choose some superior offerings, shall we? Shall.
Okay, let me know if you heard this one before. Protagonist lives with his older uncle and his cousin, and together
Uncle.
they fight crime together. Oh shit, you knew.
One more thing. One more
Oh,
thing,
sorry.
mister.
Sorry,
You mo
Uncle.
gui guai fadi sao.
Aiyah, Jackie.
Jackie!
one more thing.
Never mock the cookie. God damn it.
Aiyah,
You should have just
Jackie.
introduced
Oh,
it as-
sorry, wrong house.
Have you heard this anime? It's totally voiced by Jackie Chan. But it's not. Because it isn't! That's not Jackie Chan. Some asshole.
He's in the intro. I don't know.
Well, his
why he's
likeness
there.
is in the intro. His voice isn't. His name is in the goddamn title. He doesn't even voice it.
Like the Jackie Chan Super Show is the best anime that ever came out of the magical the land of Nippon. It's the
Don't
best
forget.
one.
How about this anime? Right, you got a whole bunch of protagonists, right? A little motley crew of them. They're all different sizes and colors, and they're nocturnal. They hang out at night because during the day they turn to stone, and they go to sleep.
This fucking gargoyles? Or what the fuck are you... This Pikmin? Yeah.
Pick. Don't you pick a fucking side over here.
Different fucking colors. What are you even talking about?
Yeah, they're all different colors.
Is it Power Rangers? What?
They turn to stone during the day. One of them got in a fight with like some other like Beast from X-Men and won.
What the fuck? The Avengers? What?
Oh!
What are you
Oh, that treasure chest just blew up on my face!
What are you talking about?
He who can open the treasure chest has appeared! I've waited winter upon winter for this! The time of our master's return has finally come! What a joyous time this is! This treasure is nothing more than a sieve! A sieve to select the soul that is fitting to be offered to our master. Oh look, it's Vigar. My name is
Same has
Zabuzi.
voice acting.
Abuzi of Decay. You of the Decay. I forgot how bad this was. This is like, I guess he's trying to speak in Old English kind of deal.
Is
But-
this is there any voice acting in this game? I haven't unmuted the stream.
There
yet.
is certainly some voiceover, but not for the grunty guys. They always have like a one sentence thing or they laugh. Well, they're not called grunties. They're like Vital Vistas, those things, those little things. They're PS Vital Vistas. Red Genki!
Outbreak of Battle.
I break you.
Anime as fuck right there.
When you see the big Ren Genki.
Here, let me know if you heard this little. Oh Jesus! you really Rengeki that guy?
I sure
Pretty
did.
good. Hey, let me know if you heard this one. The wheel of fate is turning. Reboot 1 action.
That's a great anime.
It's a great one.
Rebo One. Let's not forget the classic anime Rolling Star.
Alright, let me know if you heard this one, alright? A young man buys a car and he drives the car really fast because his brother used to drive the car really fast, but he got in a car accident and died because he drove the car too fast. So now his brother races cars by driving them too fast on a mountain to Eurobeat. Just let me know if you heard of this.
Okay, how about this one? There's a guy who drives cars really fast, and he had a brother, right, who died because he drove his cars really fast. So then they made a new car with buttons on the wheel, and that car goes really fast,
Megas
And-
XLR? What the fuck were we talking about?
and he's real speedy when he's racing in them
Speed.
cars. Some people call him a
Oh,
demon
this-
on wheels.
I have to drive the car really fast because my brother.
But Dad, I have to
used the car
drive
very
really super
and now
fast,
I-
Dad. You can't race in this race. If you race in this race, you're gonna race in the race, and if you race in the race, you'll be your brother, and then you die. That's.
Let me know if you heard of this one before.
That's what they made those terrible noises after they would say things. I don't know why.
They ran out of shit to say, and the
Ah!
lip sync was still going.
Kind of still in his mouth. I guess I'll just make horrible noises from the back of my throat. Ah, what a cruel fate. Oh no, my son. Ah. To be killed by my son. What cruel fate. Oh God, Big Green. Help me.
All right, let me know if you heard this one before. A young man's entire clan is murdered by a really old guy who really shouldn't be able to kill an entire clan. And then the boy seeks to enact revenge on the old guy. And then all the supporting characters tell him revenge is not the way, but the kid still wants to get revenge. And then he finally decides to not get revenge, but the old guy's still a dick, and he kills one of the supporting characters. So the main character has to get revenge now, because like it's kind of like an obligation. So he does, and he.
All right, so in this one, our protagonists go to high school and don't shoot everyone. Hello, welcome to Anime High School number 3. How about this one? They're in a high school again, and one of them can't think of what the name of a song is, and so they just keep humming the song the whole fucking episode.
Let me know if you heard of this one before. 5 high school girls get tired of being shit at math, and they decide to start a pop group and like.
Alright, how about this bad boy? You got 3 girls who are secret agents. And it's like Charlie's Angels, but they're
Nigga,
white.
that's totally spies. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get that.
Would you like to trade?
Out of here.
Okay, Mile. Nice name, Mile. Gun for you. Brave Pendu.
Alright, I got one for you.
Is there a hockey anime yet? Let me watch that one. Hero.
I got one.
Shrapper shot.
I got one for you. So 4 adults that keep calling themselves kids drive around a big van with a dog that talks, and they solve mysteries together.
Oh, I got one that's great. There's a kid, and he goes on adventures, and his name is Johnny. But and all of his adventures are pretty scary. But he's also got 2 sisters who are scientists, and they run tests on him. And so they changed his last name to Test.
Is this really the pull you're going for?
And he's got a talking dog. And it's real catchy theme song by Sum 41 or some shit.
Johnny Test is the pull that you're going for.
You know, and the best part about the show is if you're like my age and you watch Johnny Quest, you're like, oh, that's cool. I guess it's a spin-off of Johnny Quest. Can't wait to see what he's doing with his testing. Is this like an educational program where they teach you how to take tests with Johnny Quest? And he's like, oh, we better go to the Amazon for this one. Fucking long division. See you in China. But it wasn't.
I got a question that I actually have forgotten at this point because of your little Johnny Quest. Oh no, it wasn't even a question, it was just a statement. You know that song, Take On Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found the Real Big Fish cover of that. So,
Great.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I don't think that the singer can hit those notes. I don't think he can. I'd love to hear a Smash Mouth cover of that song.
Trust me, he doesn't. He does
Hey
not
now,
hit those notes at
take on me, take it on me, take me on. Hey now.
I want to hear Playing with the Boys by Alright, let me know if you heard this one before. So a couple of hotshot airplane pilots decided to take a break from fighting in a war to play volleyball shirtless. One of them is Tom Cruise.
Alright, here's a great anime here. Let me know if you heard of this anime here. You got this fucking 10-year-old piece of shit in a stupid hat who wants to run a zoo, but he's 10 years old. Oh shit.
That That's a bot.
I accidentally opened up the menu. But he wants to run a zoo, so they give him a bunch of fucking balls. And he wears them on his belt, and he catches Pidgeotto. You know, that
Alright,
fucking
let me know if you heard this one before. So Will Ferrell plays an elf that's looking for his dad, and
Dad! Alright, so let me know if you heard this one. There's a guy who sells propane, right? And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Alright, let me know if you've seen this one before on the local telly, alright? He lives in a pineapple under the sea, alright?
Let me know if you heard this bad boy. So this guy's in a coma, right? And he wakes up and they're gonna change his face. And right before they change his face, everyone in the whole hospital's dead. And it turns out that Metal Gear was the real deal the whole time.
My favorite part of Metal Gear Solid 5 is when you find out that the Metal Gear was the real deal the entire time. That was my...
I love that. Just like, hey,
About
Snake.
50 hours in.
Hey, Snake. Huh? Metal Gear. I'm the real deal. Oh.
Hey, it's like, hey Snake, what's up? It's Philanthropist. And then Snake's like, oh, Snake doesn't say anything actually. He doesn't say anything at all. And then so Philanthropist is like, oh well, hey, I'm just calling to let you know I'm the real deal, and I'm coming to start a nuclear war. So, hey, you better blow me up. And then Snake's like, okay, I'll blow you up. But he doesn't say anything still.
Alright, so let me know if you heard this anime. In West Philadelphia, this guy was born and raised, but on the playground was where he spent most of his days.
I think I've seen this one, but I watched the OVA only.
He was always chilling out, maxing and relaxing, but always cool and all shooting that b-ball outside of his school. But there were a couple of guys, I guess they were the protagonists, because they were up to no good, and they were making trouble in his village. So he mastered the Shin Megami Tensei and became the 15th Hokage. And his mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." So he whistled up a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said he's got the death note, so he wrote his mom's name in there, and then he didn't have to move to Bel Air, and that's the end of the show.
That was a pretty good show. I think it ran for a little long, though. I think by the time he became the 18th Hokage, it should have probably...
His
he was
character
Hokage
development
like
was pretty much
16
done.
in a row. Yeah.
Alright, so how about this anime? So, there's a kid named Corey, right? And he's, as they say, in the house. But he's not just in any house, right? He's in the White House, and here's the real twist. He's black. What's he doing in the White House?
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, God. Alright, let me... I don't have anything else.
All right, so let me know if you heard of this anime. This is a real zinger. So there's this guy, right? And he's real honorable and big in the fighting. And he gets into a big fight with a Lord of Hell or something. And he gets sent back in time, right? So he's got to, but instead of going back in time, he went ahead in time. So it turns out that he's got to go back to the past. And his name was Jack. He's got a big sword.
Oh, man.
Big animes all days.
Gotta get back to the past. Samurai Jack.
How about this anime? You may have heard of this anime. So there's this family, right? And they live on a creek. Some guy named Dawson owns it. And they just are a family, and that's about it. That's the whole show.
Alright, let me know if you heard this one. There's this guy, and he goes around his entire nation trying to find the best diners, drive-ins, and dives that he can.
Alright, so you know there's a sequel to that anime, there was another one, and this guy goes all over the fucking world too, but it isn't just him, it's a whole fucking group of kids and stuff, and instead of looking for diners and dives and bars, they're just looking for some bitch named Carmen Sandiego. And they're all over that world. I don't think they ever do find her, but there's a great game show based on that anime where you get the sirens and you put them on Cuba and you're wrong. It's a classic one.
Your Carmen Sandiego will be appearing in that Dengeki Bunko anime crossover fighting game. So it's nice to see get some recognition even now.
Can't wait for the Ren Genki Bunko. Ren Genki!
Oh god.
Let's not forget.
Does anything change on your character cosmetically in this game?
When you get a class up, when you skill up your job, yes. But until you do, no. Other than the weapons.
They didn't even fucking try on this running animation. They didn't even.
Well, they just were like, you know, anime, pretty cool. What about Naruto? All right, so here's a great anime. This is an all-time classic, right? You got some teenagers with attitude, and they're ready to save the world, and there's some bitch on the moon, and she's trying to conquer the earth. She throws her staff down, and all the monsters get real big, and then they get in the Megazord, and they go the Power Rangers. Henshin a go-go, Beautiful
right,
Joe.
Let me know if you heard this one before. So, like, they really like eating hamburgers. They're teenagers with attitude, but they're also giant sharks that fight.
The Street Sharks?
It's Street Sharks, you guys.
Alright, how about this anime? One fine day, with a wolf and a purr, a baby was born, and it caused a real stir in the Japanese village he was born in. It was no blue blunny, no three-eyed frog. It was a feline canine little cat dog.
No. Was that made by Gainax? I feel like that was a Gainax.
No, it was made by Shigeru Miyamoto's third cousin.
I remember the end
Studio
of Cat Dog
Ghibli.
was a little too disturbing for me.
Made by Suda51's fifth cousin, Shigeru Gayboy Moto, Motorola. Made by Motorola Phones. How about this lovely anime? I'm sure you've never heard of this one. This one's a great one. Ah, man. So, like, they really throw you off because you're, like, expecting K-pop or something in the intro, or, like, big electronica stuff, but instead you get jazz, right? And it's real catchy. And you're like, you're just jiving to that beat. And you see the characters, they all come out, you know, they're doing their walk motions, and one by one they introducing themselves in some way, doing some wacky shit, and then bada bing, the chorus hits, "Hey Arnold!" And then you're in.
Man. You're right in the action.
Right. The action.
The best part about the Hey Arnold, specifically the movies,
Oh man.
Was that they threw you right into the action. You don't have to wait for the giant robot fights. They just have it start off really action packed.
It was the first and only anime to even pretend that a woman was president before the social justice warriors took over.
Okay, tough guys, bring it on!
An anime too,
Well, it was an episode on the Hey Arnold anime. She was the president. And the protagonist was like, "Let's have a hug," and she was like, "No, I'm the president."
Did you ever see that spin-off to that the Ninja Joe show you're talking about before? He
Ninja
goes
Joe.
to the future and he gets stuck there.
Yeah.
There was another guy, he kind of had the opposite situation. He was in the future, right? And then the protagonist got sent back to the past, but then his time machine broke, and then they had to get killed to the future so that he could go home.
Phil from the future, he's there. You know, that reminds me of another time traveling show. It was it had basically a bunch of people. It had a robot. Mark Hamill voiced the robot because, you know, that's what Mark Hamill does. He says, "Oh, okay, I'll be a robot." And there's a little kid, and they go back in time and they sort out anime problems, like Thomas Jefferson trying to take a shit on the desecration of the independence. And they say, "Hey, don't do that." And then there's another guy who wears a big spacesuit, and he's a big... The Time Squad is this anime.
Yeah, it's pretty. It was a pretty good one.
It was a classic.
Oh man, I had a good one. I can't even remember it now.
There's this other anime where
For a loop.
like there's a band, right? They're a big popular band, most popular band in all of Indochina, and they're coming out and they're like, "Hey everybody, fucking we're the band," and there's like all these weird adventures that they go on because there's some type of world crisis that's caused by the band. And it's a world crisis that only they can fix. Like one time, they performed a song that was written from ancient rites in a necromancy book that summoned a giant troll that destroyed an entire nation. That was a classic. That was so anime.
All right.
It was anime as fuck.
All right, let me know if you heard about this one though. All right, take the people who made the opening sequence from Ashura's Wrath, that beautiful space opera scene. Now put him about a little bit outside of the Earth. There's a space station full of these rangers that are ready to just protect the entirety of space. And the main one, played by Patrick Warburton, who doesn't usually star in anime roles, but I thought he did a fantastic job. Him and the rest of the Star Troopers in his command. You know, all those rangers in space. They go around. They get in big epic space battles with like Darth Vader or some shit. I don't know. I didn't actually watch the whole thing. I kind of the production value really dipped down in season 3.
You know, speaking of Patrick Warburton, he's been in a lot of very influential animes. I'll never forget one of my favorites. It takes place in a pretty not standard location. Africa, where they do the very non-anime thing of black magics of a juju variety, and the main character Tak, he's gotta do all these crazy things, and he's got like there's all these bad boys that are like gods, and one of them is a skeleton from Undertale. He's literally the skeleton guy from Undertale. They stole the Undertale writers. Stole the personality of the skeleton guy from Undertale, from Tak and the Power Jude. They didn't even try to mask it. They were just like, "Oh, let's just make it the juju of partying." That's him. We'll just copy that. No one will know. Nobody watched that show, but guess what, motherfuckers? I did. All right.
My favorite OP from Tak and the Power of Juju was? It was probably Africa by Toto. I thought that was a great song to have.
Bless the Rains.
I blessed the rains down in Africa once or twice.
I mean, I did after I heard that song. Spam bots are just a fact of life in this fucking chat right now. There's no real way to ban them effectively because now, instead of like having any coherent message, it's literally just random letters and then links. So the only real effective way to combat them is to just ban links. Speaking of links, that reminds me of this anime I watched one time. There was It's a big adventure. Goes through all these different worlds. It's a big thing, you know. He's collecting stuff. Got to go down delving into the depths of the dungeons. There's some secret stuff. It plays music when you find the secret stuff, and sometimes he gets these cool power-ups that are permanent, and sometimes they're not permanent. But he's always collecting more things, and he's gotta upgrade himself to fight the big evil guy who's a big pirate. You know, he's part of this whole race of pirates, and there's like a lot of female ones of them, and it's pretty rare to have a male one, especially one with a beard like his. And well, I mean, most of them are male now that I think about it, and basically your protagonist, what I'm saying is, it's Rayman. Is the anime.
Well, I wouldn't have even remotely guessed. I wouldn't have guessed that at all.
Probably because you didn't play the game.
I think my favorite anime is one. It's a slice of life anime, and there's this family, and this new boy. There's like a new boy in the neighborhood, but he just kind of lives downstairs, and it's like understood that he's gonna like take care of the family, and then at the end, like it's this really psychological anime where like everybody thinks they're in control of their own thoughts, but it turns out it was really it really just came down to the fact that Charles is in charge of our days.
Charles
and our
in charge of our days. So there's this anime, right? It's real fucking awesome. It's a real feel-good anime. It turns out that you're moving on up to the east side. It's a real one where you're just like, you know what? The Jeffersons got it going on.
That again.
Oh man, that reminds me of the Def Jam anime. I remember that one. The Def Jam anime was pretty good. It all surrounded these kids, right? There's two of them, and they both got afros, but then one of them don't got an afro anymore. He got them cornrows, and he calls the other one gay all the goddamn time. And sometimes Dave Chappelle shows up, and he's stink meaner, and he says the N-word a lot. And I think that Martin Luther King is there, and you can really tell that it's written by white people to like kind of take shots at black people. It's real great when white people do that on television. No one seems to care. It's pretty cool, especially when like Dave Chappelle's like, "Whatever, massa, as long as I get my monies, I do's whatevers."
Hey, speaking of dudes and whatever, you remember that one anime where like 50 Cent, he had like his skull, but then they stole his skull, so he had to go like get it back. He was in Afghanistan, and he was doing a concert, but he thought AK-47, so he had to go get his skull back so he could help the Taliban.
I think one of my favorite animes, it revolves around 4 protagonists, and they got their master who teaches them the way of kung fu and ninjutsu, and they're turtles that are mutated, but they got the personality of teenagers from the 80s. They have a pretty catchy name, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, TMN, and then they kind of like destroyed the entire design of the characters and made them 3D. It was a really good business choice. Really like the direction.
I don't know how well versed you are with this anime. There's like a bunch of like stupid
There's a shredder in there.
And there's a teacher, and the teacher wants to teach the kids about like being the best anime protagonist they could be. So they all get onto the magic school bus, right? And they go around history showing the kids how to be super good anime protagonists so that they can learn like.
That's one with Frizzle Sensei, right?
Yeah, Frizzle's Vampire.
That reminds me of the classic anime where there's one of the very few animes in which you have a black protagonist. There's Very few of them, because Japanese people absolutely hate black people. They despise them. They
Black
really
people don't even exist in Japan.
and they really hate them when they do. So this is one of the rare opportunities where there is one, and he knows what the 411 for fun is because he's Waynehead, and it's a great anime about he's got like a fucked up leg, and they just go on adventures at school, and it's kind of like Fat Albert with nothing fun or good about it. It's great. There's no funny things except that they say, "What's the 411 on fun?" And they say hey to some hoes at the beginning or something, and then Waynehead. But Waynehead. So here's a great anime that went out there, right? It's about a hockey team. There is a hockey anime now to think about. It's about a hockey team, pretty famous hockey team. They are pretty famous for their.
Fucking god.
It's a great.
I know what this is
They're a great hockey team, but they're all anthropomorphic ducks, right? They're pretty. They're mighty powerful, you know. And they go on hockey adventures, and they beat the hockey bad guys with their hockey skills on the hockey rinks in the hockey worlds of the hockey Spain.
I hear Platinum Games that gain adaptation of that anime.
I would pay to play that game.
I would pay
if it was like
at least $80.
If it was an MMO and we had to pay $70 a month to play that, I'd be out $70 every month. Because I'd be playing the Platinum Games Mighty Ducks MMO.
The Mighty Ducks character action MMORPG.
With hockey on this, and then hockey in parentheses. Shit.
Hockey in parentheses with a question mark.
And then in really, really small text in the bottom right corner, it says please. So there's also a Twitch anime. I didn't know if you heard about it. There's a really, really popular Twitch anime. It's about a kid named Mikey who goes to Japan, right? And he's real famous. He's a big famous movie music star.
Oh my!
And he's a big Twitch guy, so they called him Kappa Mikey.
That was too far. That was too far. Oh man. I think the moral of the story is, like I said, they really only made one anime. Every single one is exactly the same. I mean, we just named like 800 different animes that are all at their core is exactly the same show. So that's why anime sucks.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
I gotta look up Kappa Mikey now because I don't even remember what the fuck he looks like.
It's right on a bike here. Okay, tough guys. Oh man, even the chat's like, you son of a bitch. How could you?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty easy. Just pretend you're Haseo and just make other people miserable like he does. I just pretend that you're all Adelie and I just treat you like shit. Like he does to her.
Kappa Mikey was
not good.
Weird.
That's right.
What it wasn't good, but what a fucking weird idea for this shit.
Alright, so there's this anime, right? And it's got a protagonist who's very poorly voiced, and he has no good acting, and no lines in it are performed well, and there's terrible writing in the story that tries to make you feel emotions for characters that have no depth, and there's no payoff at all for anything that happens in the whole thing, and the episodes are really fucking short, so they're really easy to forget, which is probably its only real redeeming factor. And it's almost like the whole universe revolves around this kid named Steven, so you just call it Steven Universe and that's it. Gem, and it's the second coming of My Little Pony because all the bronies watch it and they call themselves gentlemen. So you can have that to look forward to if you watch that shitty anime. You fucking anime trash.
Anime sucks. Buy the voice.
Buy my album. So there's this other anime about a band and they're from the great land of China as well, or something like that. They all speak like they're Chinese or Vietnamese, I can't tell. And they're all banding around, and they're like, yeah, we're the big bands, woo! We're gonna, when there's trouble, you know who to call. And they're like, they save the world a lot because there's such a good band. And there's a robot, and it has like lasers all over it, but it thinks it's a teenager, you know, but it's not a teenager, it's a robot. This stupid robot. And like, she's got a mom, and the mom's like, fuck you, robot, you're a fucking teenager. She just wants to be a teenager, but she's not. And it turns out that it's not that anime at all. In fact, it's an anime about a fly that thinks it's a teenager, but it has all this fly stuff that it does. Just like it flies into people's mouths. But then they canceled that anime to make way for the other anime that takes place at a school. There's like 5 kids in it, and one of them is really fat and he really likes to eat, and the other ones are really good at making people follow his orders or something like that. And they all just want to go outside and have fun. But the teachers are like, nope. And they're like, man, this womps.
I need to go to fucking bed. I was watching, I like clicked off your stream for a while and I looked back. Who's the girl with the green costume and the brown hair?
That's probably Adelie. Or do you, no, that's not a girl, that's Syllabus. That's a guy.
Oh, well, jeez.